Welcome to another session in this series. In the previous session, we ended on question 186. Okay, cool. So in this session, we start with question number 187. The question says the sum of angles of a regular polygon is 2,520. Okay, 2,520 degrees. Okay, how many sides does the polygon have? Now, in the set the sum of angles, these angles, they are talking about interior angles. Okay, so the sum of interior angles, what's the formula? The formula is 180 n minus 2. Okay, and they said that is equal to what? 2,520. So what we need to find is the value of this n. Okay, that's the number of sides that's the polygon have. So here, let's divide both sides by 180 by 180. Okay, so this 180 will cancel out. Then we'll have n minus 2 equals, how many times does 180 cancel 2,520? That is 14 times. Okay, cool. So we have n minus 2 equals 14. So n equals 14 plus 2, which is equal to 16. Cool. 16, which is C. All right, let's move on to question number 188. Now the question says you find what? It says in the diagram, PQ is a straight line, GH is parallel to EF. This is parallel to EF, and this is what? A straight line. Cool. Now the sum of M and N, this angle, the sum is what? It's called what? Before we try to answer the question, we know that N and M, they are what? Co-interior angles, and we know that co-interior angles add up to what? 180. So M plus N equals 180. Cool. Now the question says what? The sum of M and N is called what? Now we know it is 180. So 180 is called what? Supplementary. Okay, so the answer is supplementary, which is B. Okay, cool. Let's move on to question number 189. The question says you should find the value of x in the diagram. So we need to find this. Okay, so let's try to just work around this diagram. Cool. Now let's draw a straight line through this x. Let's draw a straight line through this x, say that it is parallel to this line and this line. Okay, so if we do that, we would have it like this. Okay, now after drawing this line, we can then find this angle, because since these two lines are parallel, we would have what? Alternate angles right here. Okay, so this angle here is also what? 35. Okay, cool. Now let's try to find this other angle at this side here. How do we find that angle? We find that angle by remembering that this angle and this angle are co-interior, because these two lines are parallel, would have co-interior angles. And we know that co-interior angles what? Are supplementary. They add up to 180. So x, not x, not x. X is the whole angle. So let's call this angle to be angle B. Okay, so B plus 130 should give us what? 180. Okay, so that means B is equal to 180 minus 130, which is equal to 50. Okay, so now we know our B to be 50. So now we know this side of x and this side of x, and our total x right here in the sum of 35 and 50. So x equals 35 plus 50, which is equal to 85. Cool. So our answer is 85, which is A. Cool. Let's move on to question number 190. The question says, in diagram, P plus Q is equal to 250. P plus Q is equal to 50. Find the angle marked S. Cool. Now what we can do over here is, we try to find this angle. Okay, how do you find this angle? We know that the angles on a straight line add up to what? 180. They are supplementary. So since we know this is P, this one will be what? 180 minus P. Okay, so let's write it. This is 180 minus P. All right, Cool. Now, since we know this angle and we know this angle, we can easily find Q, because we know that the sum of two interior angles give us the opposite exterior angle. Okay, so 180 minus P plus S, this one plus S, should give us what? The opposite exterior angle, which is Q. Cool. So now let's rearrange. We would have 180 plus S to be equal to P plus Q. But we're told that P plus Q is equal to 250. So we just need to replace P plus Q with what? 250. So we have 180 plus S equals what? 250. Now we can easily find S to be 250 minus 180, which should give us what? 70. Okay, so our answer is T, which is A. Cool. I think we'll have to stop here for now. In the next session, we move on to question number 191. Thank you so much for joining this session. See you again next time. Bye.